new anime.
Starting next week. Starting on July 3rd. That's when the new anime starts for the summer 2020 season.
That's when Danny DeVito Mania's gonna run wild on you, brother.
To be fair, I would let Danny DeVito Mania run wild, and the fact that there's not a Danny DeVito like running wild shirt that I know of, anyway.
Danny DeVito running wild shirt is, why are you showing me this under the boardwalk?
Oh yeah,
wow. Wow, that's gross.
That was Pat's nickname in high school.
Under the boardwalk?
No, why are you showing me this under the boardwalk?
Danny DeVito has his own liqueur.
Nah, I
like a lemon liqueur.
That's probably true.
Alright, so the first major series that will be premiering on the 3rd.
This is a trippy series.
This is a trippy series, and I've actually read a couple chapters of the manga. It's actually pretty funny. It started off in Jump Square. I think it is still in Jump Square because they put out an edited and an unedited version of it. But forgive me for whatever the title actually is, but it's like superheroes or super H Eros because
I think it's superheroes. I think you're good at
actually. I'm pretty sure it's H cross arrows because in the trailer for it, it's like to have a hero. You have to have arrows. An H and arrows. And then it shows the three girls. And I was like, this trailer is awesome.
It is. So the basic synopsis. An unknown invader known as the Kiseichu invades Earth and begins robbing people of the source of their erotic H energy. Robbing them of the will to live. Reto Enjo, a Yai schoolboy, joins the hero organization H Eros, and alongside 4 beautiful high school girls will save Earth from the alien threat. So, a little deeper into it, just so you kind of get a little backstory.
Real quick first.
Yes.
Who has it?
It will be on Funimation. Yeah, it's exclusively on Funimation from what I've seen. I don't think it's going to be on Crunchyroll.
That's fine. I just want to make sure. I feel like title, then who has it?
Yeah. Yeah, fair. A little backstory on it. The main character's whole motivation for even being in this is one of his childhood friends got attacked by one of the aliens when they were super young. Got all her energy stole from her, and then basically it's been super weird ever since. It basically turns people into Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Oh. They're just literally logical, plain, sexless beings. That's what the freaking aliens do to people.
So like me.
Sheldon has a hot girlfriend in Big Bang Theory.
Amy Farrah Fowler?
What you're talking about? Tell me she ain't hot.
Out of the main cast?
There's only 2 women in the main cast.
That is 3. Not true. There is 3.
Who's the third?
There's Howard's wife, Bernadette. There's Penny.
Yep.
And then there's Amy Farrah Fowler.
Oh, shit. Fuck. I'm thinking the other 2. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah.
And I will say Bernadette is the most adorable out of the 3.
I agree with that.
No, Bernadette's the best.
Yeah, and then Penny, and then Amy.
Yeah.
I mean, I love me some Blossom, but I'm sorry.
I would even throw Darlene
Amy now. And Amy is good.
You were thinking about Bernadette being Amy, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes way more sense.
Both the blondes are better.
That's because you just like blondes, first off.
But
you don't
at least objectively, you are correct this time.
God.
But yeah, so that show premieres on July 3rd. I'm definitely watching it. I'm 100% watching it. So
yeah. So on a scale of 1 to super hype being 11, 1 being obviously it's not going to be a 1. Where you at?
I would definitely say I would be at a 10, but I'm going to take that down to an 8 because I saw that Funimation is basically airing it censored. And there's going to be an uncensored version. I don't know if they're going to be playing that yet. So
if it's going to be uncensored, it's either going to go later on Funimation or it's going on High Dive.
No, probably what they'll do, I feel like they do this with most of the uncensored stuff, is DVD release, delay, then you get the uncensored on Funimation. I feel like Orimo's just now getting an uncensored version on Funny.
Yeah.
to kind of give you a context of how long that delay will be.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I wish that Crunchyroll had got hold of it too, because I know for at least some of their stuff like Senran Kagura, they would release the episode censored, then the next week when they did like the second episode, they released the first episode censored along with it, uncensored with it. So
I would say there's normally a week delay on Crunchy, but it's still then it is a delay, and I get it. Funny's got to try and sell DVDs,
and I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't blame him for it.
Make your money. However, I also agree it can kind of lower expectations. I don't mind watching the TV version though, because I don't know, that stuff doesn't do that much for me versus. Give me those God rays coming in. I know what you're trying to do. Yeah. I know what you're showing me.
I know.
Oh, look, you can't see the pink, but you know it's there.
Fair. But see, my whole thing is, like, with the whole... I don't like it in violence, either. Because I watched the original version of... what's that show with the stupid roaches that from, like, Mars?
Oh, Terraform Mars?
Terraform Mars. I watched that, and there's literally scenes where they... Yeah. It's damn near completely white on the whole screen because violence is going on. And it's like... What the fuck am I even watching this for? Like, I'm missing half the show.
But to be fair, sometimes it works in its favor. Like Fist of the North Star.
Right.
I prefer the edited version where everything's getting whited out.
Yeah.
Really? On Fist?
Yeah, I thought it was... I mean, that's how I was introduced to it. And I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't mind censorship as much with violence. Because sometimes it's like your mind can do more, but when it comes to nudity, you know what's behind that fucking beam of light. It's not gonna be that much better than when you fucking see it.
Hey, I guess so everyone's different.
With nudity, it doesn't bug me that much.
Maybe she's got innies.
Yeah, but that's it. Oh, yeah. Is it innie or outie? That's all you've got to go on, and that's one of two things to be censored that way.
You don't know the color or shape or size. You don't know the nipple length. Like, I mean, come on, man.
It's a shade of pink at 50-50. There's not even a length to talk about.
Look. I'm sorry. I'm a visual person, okay? Like, I don't want somebody to tell me about the titties. If they're like, hey, you should see my titties, I'd be like, okay. And then if they decide to be like, oh, let me describe it to you in great detail, I'll be like, I thought you said you were going to show me titties. Well, I'm going to give you a mental image. I would leave. It's like, why would you do this to me?
No, you would. You wouldn't leave. You'd be upset.
Who wouldn't leave? Who?
If someone walked up to you and said, I'll show you titties, I'm going to describe them first, but I'm going to show you after.
Oh, no, okay. If they say I'm going to show you after, that's different.
Right. But
well, hold on. You gotta buy the DVD if
you would be like, fine. And then you'd stick around to see the titties.
Okay, look, let me just put it this way. I'm a guy who's like, I don't understand the purpose of lingerie because it's like, okay, the best part of lingerie is that it's got to come off.
No. That's difference right there. I like presentation.
Get the fuck. If the presentation comes, all right, if you're like on a date or something, and then the dress comes off, and then you see the lingerie, it's like, oh, tied out. But if you've been with somebody for a while, and all of a sudden they coming out with lingerie, it's like, look, I already know what's beneath there. That's a pretty package, but just come here.
We've already talked about, and I've told you many times, favorite part, the leg. So I like knee-high plus socks. I know what a leg looks like, but you put that sock on there, you're hiding it from me. I'm like, oh, what you got going on, girl? What you trying to? What are you not sharing with the world? Let me see that.
Her knees, Pat. That's what she's not sharing with the world.
Let me see them damn knees.
Hold on, you need to calm down. Knees are private.
What's the next show we're talking about that I don't?
We're talking about knees for a couple minutes here, Pat.
We ain't.
The next show is it's Lapis Relights. Now this show. It is based on a mixed media project that blends fantasy, magical girl, and idol elements. Lapis Relights will follow a group of students as they train to become idols. Together they'll use magic, the magic of music, and magic of, well, just literally magic in their performances.
Is there any plot besides what you just said?
That's the plot. It's literally one of those idol building shows, but they've added magic into it.
I watched the trailer for this and I was like, oh, it's pretty. There's literally no substance to this show at all. Like,
I'm out.
Yeah,
hard pass.
I'm kind of with you. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, unless like I hear through the grapevine that people are like, oh, this show is actually really good. I'd be like, I might give it a chance then, but like,
See, to me, these kind of shows only exist as like, oh, I just watched something horrible like Demon Slayer. I need to seriously cleanse my palate, and then you just watch something like this that's just literally sugary fluff.
Demon Slayer?
Not Demon Slayer. What was the other one? Goblin Slayer.
Okay,
there
I was thinking like, you need to cleanse your palate after Demon Slayer.
Well, some bad stuff does happen in Demon Slayer.
I mean, why the hell did you watch Goblin Slayer? Is more my reaction.
I told you, I watched the first episode on accident.
I know. You and me both.
Yeah.
I play fucking games that these kinds of shows set up, and I still don't watch these shows. There's nothing going on in these shows I feel like it's worth watching. You go, oh, the music's great, the animation's great. Right. Nothing happens. It's all just a premise to get you into the music to fucking go see the concerts. Or buy the merch. And it's boring. Boring.
But it's for the Love Live crew.
Yeah. You know. I mean, I get it. It has its crowd. So it's like, yeah, do you. Like, don't hate. Yeah.
I try to, but that's the thing. Like, I'm halfway into that crowd, and I still think the shows are useless. I tried to play Love Live. The game's not that great. I play Bang Dream. That game is good, and I still do not watch the show.
Yeah. Oh, man, I get you. Believe me, you won't find an argument from me here. I don't understand the appeal behind the shows myself, but well, that's a hard pass from all of us. So.
I watch cute girls doing cute things shows, and I will not watch these shows.
So that basically tells you where this level of show falls for us. Fire Force Season 2. I watched some of the first season. I did not finish it. It was an interesting show because, I mean, it's made by the same manga author who did Soul Eater.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know, there's everything to me was more interesting. I liked Demon Slayer more at the time. I liked Dr. Stone more at the time. So
agreed.
I was just watching too many other things, and I was like, I'll see how long this actually goes for.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I got 2 or 3 episodes in, and I was like, oh, the power is cool. I like the color palette, the blue, which if I remember right, it was originally red, and then there was something going on with fires that they changed the color to blue.
Oh, did they?
If I remember, I could be wrong, but I remember something happening.
What was it, the arson at Tokyo? In Tokyo,
that might be
Kyoto
it.
Animation?
KyoAni?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be it. But I remember something was happening with arson around the same time the show was coming out. But I don't know. Anyway,
I think he's trying to say
I think the KyoAni stuff was like half a year later.
Okay. Yeah, see, I just wasn't sure because I know the show was going for a while. I think it went for at least the majority of last year, if not all of last year.
I think it was 2 cores, but it started early last year.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode, and I mean, it's not my kind of show to begin with, but I gave it a shot, and it's pretty animation, and it's very shonen type. I liked the character design.
Yeah.
I just had no interest in the story they were trying to tell from the jump.
I mean, to me it reminded me of what's that one show with the guy with the demon kid who's like half demon, and he had the blue fire. And
Blue Exorcist.
Blue Exorcist, yeah. Oh, and I was right. Fire Force 3rd episode modified after Kyoto Animation Fire.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Never mind then. So it's funny you say Blue Exorcist because when you said whoever did it, I was literally ready to jump in and like, oh, Blue Exorcist. It has to be the person who did Blue Exorcist. Because that was my first go-to, and I barely watched either show, and I associate these already. So there's something there.
Yeah, I think it's the main character designs from both series kind of had that similar feel to them, especially the fact that both of them have like those little sharp demon teeth and stuff like that. So I mean, I'll eventually give it a try when I decide to go back into Fire Force.
It's a shonen series. If it's only 2 or 3 seasons, I'll probably give it a shot. But at the same time, I'm putting Fire Force in the same category as Seraph of the End, where I really enjoyed Seraph of the End, but I don't think I'm ever going to get any more of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I want to see if there's going to be more, and I want to get super invested in a mid-card shonen series that might never finish.
Yeah, I get that. All right. So the next one on our list is one
I'm actually hyped for.
Yeah.
I would say I would have pegged this as a trippy show, so I'm glad I'm correct in that regard.
Oh yes, the Misfit of Demon King Academy. Despite their appetite for destruction, even Demon Kings tire of all the blood and chaos sometimes. When Anoth reincarnates in the hopes of a more peaceful life, he ends up going to school with his descendants in his old castle 2,000 years later. But with magic on its last legs in this era, no one is able to assess Anoth's true power. That is my kind of schlock.
Yep.
I am excited for it.
It gave me, watching the trailer, it gave me serious Aesthetic of Heroic Hero vibes. He's a cocky dickhead, and he's just kind of like, overpowered. Like, there's literally a scene in the trailer where he's like picking up a fucking castle and like spinning it around like an asshole. And the part that sold it for me the most in the trailer is like the very last part. It's him as a baby, and it's like, oh, what should we name him? And then he says his name. I was like, oh my god, it talks!
It just talks, I
was like, all right, you won me over. I'm watching the show.
So, it reminds me a lot of a different manga that I read. I can't remember the name right now, because I think it got moved off the app that I was reading it on. But, I much prefer, because I will not say that I don't watch Isekai Trash, because I watch nearly all the Isekai Trash, I at least give it a try. But
Thank you for being honest.
Oh, I'll be totally honest. But the one thing I will say I definitely hate is when there's an isekai series, the isekai is mentioned in the first episode, and then it really serves no purpose for the rest of the series other than the fact to say, oh, I'm from another world, and they bring it up like once every 5 episodes.
I don't get this, because I feel like this is 60%, if not more, of isekai.
There's a lot of isekai like that. I will say that. But this one is like a genre that I happen to like, where it's reincarnation. When it's not from another world, but literally you reincarnate in the same world. And that's the manga I'm reading. He literally is like, oh man, I've become the strongest in my time. I need to find a challenge. He literally uses a reincarnation spell, shows up in the future and everything. And it's I much prefer that than just being oh, he's from another world. Now he's a demon king in a new world and all these ladies fall in love with him. It's kind of oh, come on.
Overlord.
Overlord's good though. Shut up.
But how dare you? Described it.
But at least it's good.
So this is one. I mean, based on art alone, I was like, I'll give it a shot. It's a 6. You asked to come up with. There was a scale given.
Yeah.
I'll give this one a 6. This is the first one we've come across, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch the first episode.
Hard 7.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, hard 7.
7? Okay, yeah. I see that. It makes sense. I mean, it's in a genre you like.
Yeah.
This is kind of outside my thing.
Yeah.
But the two main female leads shown, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Main character looks generic as hell.
But then you're gonna get that from those the light novel series. They always look super generic.
Also, he's gonna get all demon ripped and everything too. So
yeah.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying, literally, it's a black-haired regular dude whose hair comes down to a little bit below his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's an anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next one we're talking about, I'm pretty sure describes that main character too.
Pretty much, but Jay, do you have a score for it? Is this one not in your major
Misfit of a Demon King?
Yeah.
Oh, shit! I'd probably give it a good 9.
Okay.
This is one I know I'm watching.
Yeah. Bet.
The whole thing.
So yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and this one is the first one. The other two, they're premiering on the 3rd. This one will premiere on the 4th. So this one will be on July 4th. So
yeah,
see it on Saturday.
Happy birthday, America.
That's right.
We've got a demon king who's gonna not get laid, but potentially flirt with chicks 2,000 years younger than him.
Absolutely.
Heyo!
Gotta get him Inuyasha style. All right.
I thought you were going to say, gotta get them while they're young. So
nope, absolutely not.
Appreciate what you said, because it's the same thing, but better.
Oh, yeah. All right, so the next one. This is one I'm very excited for. Not for me, but because I know Captain is going to watch it, and I'm not going to bullshit. I am totally going to watch the first episode because if it is like at least funny, along with being like her type of schlock, I'm watching the shit out of it. So it's called.
The description?
Absolutely. So the series is called The Titan's Bride. Go away with it, Furizzly.
The description is Koichi is a tall player in his high school basketball team. He is whisked away to another world while masturbating. There, he arrives in a kingdom of giants and is asked by the kingdom's first prince to be his bride and bear his child.
To bear his child. And I want, ladies and gentlemen, I will have already put up a picture of this series. And there's only one picture that you need to see. So if you didn't hear his description first, Koichi is a tall player in his school basketball team. And the man's lap he is sitting in is a giant.
I'm about to say, he might as well be like wearing high school in this picture.
Yeah, so this giant makes him look lowly small and wants to impregnate him. So,
you know, can I say something? I'm kind of excited, at least, that the secondary primary character, if you get what I'm saying, the main love interest. There we go.
Yeah,
that's what I should say. Not white as hell like most anime characters are.
Oh yeah,
he's at least given that like. What's the word I'm looking for?
Ambiguous?
No, island nation south of Japan.
Samoan?
No.
Pacific Islander?
No, Fuck!
Filipino?
Yeah, that's it. Filipino.
Oh, okay.
That Filipino skin color. That's what it is. Brock, otherwise, everybody else are given that darker skin color.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, like, there are two characters on this art, and one of them isn't white as hell.
Yes. And the other one is very, very pale.
And he will fuck the shit out of anything he wants to.
So, very much looking forward to that one. Also, that one's going to premiere on July 5th, but, ones we actually do watch and keep track of, we will talk about on the podcast, just so everybody knows if it's still worth watching or if we even drop it because the show has dropped the ball and stuff like that.
To be fair, the way I watch anime is I'll watch, maybe watch the first episode when, the first week, but a lot of times I'll wait for a couple episodes to come out and do it in bursts.
Yeah, see, I'm definitely going to get into that later with one of the series that we're going to talk about, but,
I like watching shit as it comes out.
Yeah.
As long as that first episode isn't terrible, I normally give it 3. And at that point, if it has either hooked me or lost me, then I roll.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mind you, this is not one I'm going to give that chance. But if Trippy comes around and says, hey, it's actually worth watching, then maybe I come back around to it. But otherwise... I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think it looks dumb and great. So, I will definitely watch it.
Yeah, the only issue also is that it doesn't have what it's streaming on right now. It's not set up for what it's streaming on.
Yeah. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Funimation picked that one up.
Someone's got... No, see, this is one I feel like it's going to be a crunchy last minute.
It would either be Crunchyroll or Amazon.
On the 3rd, I feel like Crunchyroll will be like, hey, we have the Titan's Bride.
Yeah.
Check out this picture. We've got it just for you because we were willing to pay an extra $20 for it over anybody else.
Yeah, pretty much. But
hey, Crunchyroll has the next one too.
Yeah. For this one, I'm giving a solid 4, surely for the fact that I'm going to watch the first episode, but the chances that I'll watch any more are probably really low, unless, like I said, and it's funny because it's just not my genre. It's
love?
Yeah, boys love has to be really good for me to be getting into it.
The Titan's Bride, Free, Gears of War, I get it. Boys love.
First off, how dare you? You forgot the most important one, Yuri on Ice.
That's true.
I don't even, I won't say, I'm not going to give the definitive opinion on this, but seeing what I've seen of Yuri, I don't know, it just feels more like a romance than a boy's love, There's a difference. There's a difference.
I'm not going to get into that because I've seen like none of it. I mean, just know everybody.
I will agree and disagree with you, Pat. As someone who has watched the whole series.
Boys love in it. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's a boys love show.
There are multiple love interests in the show.
No, I know. Boys Love has multiple love. It just doesn't feel like... I watch the other way equivalent of that type of show, and you know, Nice doesn't feel like that. That's all I'm bringing up. It feels like... So I complain... You'll hear me complain all the time about romance shows that the main character doesn't pick. The main character picks in Yuri. It's very obvious who he picks in Yuri. So... That's why I'm not going to be like, oh, it's a boys' love show. Because it's more like a romance show, because the main character picks.
So if you're watching a harem anime...
It's not a harem anime.
It's a harem anime until the last episode, it's no longer a harem anime.
I mean, if it's not a harem anime in the last episode, it never was a harem anime, was it?
I mean...
Well, let's not get into this long conversation. Yeah. But
this is a different episode.
Yeah,
I will fight it to the death.
That is a different thing.
That'll be our Love Hina episode.
All right, so our next one is the one I'm probably most excited for.
Hold on. Titan's Bride, I will give a 6.
Okay.
It's like a 2 for me. I didn't even give it a score, but everybody else did, so I felt the need.
The next one is because I've been seeing previews of it for a long time. It's been a long-running manhwa. That's a Korean comic, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I was say, it's following the footsteps of the
Tower of God.
Tower of God, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Crunchyroll originals as well. Crunchyroll recently decided to pay for a bunch of anime, and this is one of the ones that they decided to do.
And the first one they did, Inspector, is good. Watch it.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. But this one is The God of High School. Animation done by MAPPA, a very, very good animation company, and it will be streaming exclusively on Crunchyroll because it is a Crunchyroll original. The synopsis is...
Sorry.
Go
ahead. No. That's what I'm saying. I literally want to know some credits on the studio just so I can kind of excited because I know nothing about this show.
Gotcha. All right. The God of High School, it all began as a fighting tournament to seek out the best fighter among all high school students in Korea. Mori Jin, a taekwondo specialist and a high school student, soon learns that there is something much greater beneath the stage of the tournament. And it's based on a manhwa that's currently on Webtoon. So if you use Webtoons for like mini series that people will like read on there, it's also on there. I believe Tower of God is on there as well.
It is. Yes. Almost everything that
they picked up.
Yeah, they picked up is on Webtoons.
I would say Inspector was the only one I've seen so far that looked like it wouldn't be on that kind of thing. Inspector felt like 100% Japanese versus everything else, which feels 100% more like Webtoon stuff.
Yeah. All right. So MAPPA, and I'm going to kind of throw out a bunch of series here just so people kind of know how good their quality can be. They're doing the last season of Attack on Titan. And if you haven't seen some of the last stuff of Attack on Titan, it's muy beautiful. They did Banana Fish. They did Dororo, which was amazing. They did Ippo Rising. That was a third series of Ippo, or was that the second one?
Third.
So that was the third series of Ippo. They did Interview with Monster Girls. They did some of the in-between animations for that. They did Listeners. So Nappa's a very, 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 very.
They did the Persona series, the anime for Persona.
Listeners was the one you told me to watch, right?
Yes.
That's okay. I like the animation. The 3D stuff felt not necessary because it was rushed.
Yeah.
Anytime they tried to do a fight in 3D, but everything else was really good.
See, I'm hoping that's one of those series that maybe, by the time it comes out on Blu-ray, they tighten all that stuff up so it looks way better.
It didn't, so it wasn't what was there looked bad. The 3D actually looked pretty good. It was more the choreography wasn't good. So gotcha. I don't know if you can really fix that on a Blu-ray release. Gotcha. The animation was good. There's no missing frames. All the frames look good, at least from what I saw. I watched 6 episodes in, and I liked it. Thousands of music references, which is more source material than the studio doing it. But everything looked good.
Yeah.
It looked like stuff like, oh, if this was 6-7 years older, it would have been on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Fair enough. Yeah, so this one for me, it's an 11. It's probably the one, like I said, I'm most excited for this season.
11? Really?
It is my 11, dude, because I like good fighting things, and from what I've seen from like the different trailers they've put out, because they've been promoting this one since literally before even Tower of God came out. So like the fight scenes look like they're awesome, and I will drool all over a good fight scene all day. And there's different styles, and they go into the styles and like the different characters who use which style, and a lot of the styles are real. So like I haven't not read the comic yet because I've kind of like was interested in it, but I was like, well, the anime's coming out soon, so I'll just wait for that. But I am really, really excited for this one. I hope it does not let me down. I mean, it has like 400 chapters already in the manhwa, so...
oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't realize it's that deep.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it's chapters. So, there'd be what? So that'd be 15 volumes?
400?
400 chapters?
Oh, okay. So...
that's probably
30
closer...
volumes.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably close to 30, 40, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of it out. Okay. So, yeah, really, really, really excited for this one.
But, yeah, to kind of piggyback off what you were saying earlier, like I remember I haven't been following this one as long as you have, but I do remember hearing of it multiple times, and I remember seeing the trailer again, and I rewatched like I kind of rewatched the trailer for everything that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
But I will say there is a moment, it's only like 2 or 3 seconds in the trailer where you like see them do like they're doing punches at each other, but the fluidity of those punches, I was like, all right, that's some fucking gorgeous shit. I'm going to watch it just because of how good that looks.
Yeah.
So I personally, I'd probably give it an 8, but I am very interested in watching it. There's quite a few anime this season that I'm kind of hyped for.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's kind of show, I mean, you guys know me. I wouldn't be interested in this default. I might watch an episode or two mainly just for the podcast to be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
My favorite part about this, though, is this is a show that we wouldn't be getting if it wasn't for Crunchyroll trying to get involved in expanding horizons of anime, period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, between this and Tower of God, like, they're not Japanese sourced.
Yeah.
And without those two, I don't know. Without, like, someone being like, hey, a studio should make this. We're going to put funding into this to get this made. We might not have these shows.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, I think that's cool enough to at least check the show out to begin with.
Yeah, see, not only that, but even if the shows did get picked up, they would have been picked up by far, far lesser companies.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, if you haven't seen, like, Inspector or Tower of God, those are very, very pretty series, so... like, you got
they definitely know who they pick it.
Exactly.
And there's another series that we're going to talk about in a couple minutes that's another Crunchyroll exclusive, a Crunchyroll made series that looks really good.
I want to take a moment to bump Inspector, just because, like, that is a show that 100% I felt like this is from a different era. This is not a today type anime. Because I don't know. There's not really a lot of fan service in the show, and I feel like most shows these days have some. And this show really, like, doesn't get that in that regard. It gets it in an older style, which doesn't make it feel as skeevy as a lot of current type fan service can.
Well, but that's...
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because you had to take that... a lot of the, and this is not to sound like the old guy that I am, but a lot of the anime today just kind of ape off of like the older anime that they are based off of. Like, you get a harem series and there's so many tropes that you're like, oh, you fell and you grabbed somebody's boobs. Oh, I haven't seen that in like 80,000 series since Love Hina came out, you know? So it's like, you just kind of see those tropes all over and over again of, so it's worn out, but for a whole new crowd, it's new. So I get it, but, you know, like I said, for us who've seen, like, a lot of stuff, it's worn the fuck out.
I've been desensitized to most of that.
Yeah.
No, 100%. No, I won't argue that at all. I agree. Like, there's that's my issue with a lot. I like quote romance anime, but a lot of them are just literally tropes, but this way, tropes, but this is the kicker, and it's not that interesting.
Dude, so, I watch Isekai. You're speaking.
Yeah, right. No, right. 100% though. You've heard me complain about Isekai because I'm not even invested in the initial premise.
Yeah.
So I'm instantly like, ugh. With romance anime, I can be like, I'm invested in this, and I'm willing to give it a shot. But then an episode in, I'm like, this is the same nonsense I've dealt with 8 series over now.
Yeah.
So I'm 100% in that. So like, I don't know. Anime is so formulaic sometimes. So anytime you get anything that looks like... That's why I think these fucking shit coming from webtoons and stuff are so interesting, because they're not coming from the same place trying to just remix the same shit over and over.
And plus, being the fact that it's coming out means hopefully it'll be like that whole the competition kind of thing where they have to realize they have to start stepping up their game.
Right. They drive each other.
Exactly.
100%.
So, can't wait enough for God of High School, in my opinion. Pat, I know you said you didn't really care for it. Do you have a rating for it?
A 4 to 5. Like anything. So I made a list, and anything off the list was a 5 or lower.
Fair enough.
This is one that I'm like, if enough people go, hey, this Tower of God is the same thing. I'm probably gonna watch that because I've had enough people go, hey, it's actually good.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. It's not a show it's not in a category I normally watch.
Yeah.
But I've had you guys tell me it's good. I've read shit online tell me it's good. And my old roommate told me it was good. I'm gonna watch it at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So the next one is a season 2, so we're not gonna talk about it really. Just want to say that's premiering, and it's going to premiere on first off, Tower of God that premieres on July 6th.
Nope. So, God of High School. Tower of God has premiered.
Sorry. Yes. Tower of God is already out. God of High School comes out on July 6th. So check that out.
So many gods.
So many gods. The next one is Muyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation Season 2. It is basically, I watched the first episode. It's just literally an investigation team. They investigate ghost stories when they get hired. It's interesting. Even the first season was rated mediocre, so I'm surprised it got a second season. But that premieres on July 7th if anybody wants to watch it. I'm sure it must have its fans if it did get a second season. So,
What was the first season on?
The first season was on Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchyroll? I wonder if it's like a popular light novel or something, and that's why it's getting a second season.
I think it's based off a manga, so I think...
Oh, is that a manga? Okay.
That's what
Either way, I imagine it has to be decently popular. If the first season you go, ugh, and it gets another, there has to be something driving that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it gets good.
Yeah, I mean, and the original series came out in 2018, so it's not, fresh either, so that's... Yeah.
You said 2018?
Yeah,
oh,
2018.
The first season of the anime.
First season.
Okay, I thought you were saying, whatever it was based on came out in 2018. I was like, that seems fresh as hell to me. If we're getting a second season of a thing that came out in 2018.
Yeah. And I think this season will actually be streaming exclusively to Funimation, though, from what I saw. So
the first season's on Crunchy, and the second season's on Funny.
Yep.
Of a show that is,
Yep. Very weird.
Seems
so
like a great recipe, y'all.
Great recipe.
Money well spent. Let's go.
Yep. So moving on from that one, because we're not going to rate that one. None of us have really an opinion on it. I don't know how to pronounce this next one, but it looks like Gibiate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Gibiate.
I was gonna say Gibiate, but let's
Gibiate. So the year is 2030 Japan. A virus outbreak has covered the earth. Once infected, patients become monsters and change their form depending on age, sex, and nationality.
Sex.
The virus is called Gibiate. An Edo-era time-traveling samurai and shinobi appear in the post-apocalyptic ruins, helping a doctor who has dedicated his career for researching the cure for Gibiate. Hordes of Gibiate come after them, along with outlaws searching for food. Everywhere they turn, danger is upon them.
So how you all feel? We got 10 years. Let's talk about it. 10 years before the end of the world. Let's roll.
I know, right? So
say what you want to say about this show.
Originally, I was like, this show is probably going to be a hard pass for me. I might watch the first episode. And then I started to look at the credits. And now I'm super interested. Opening theme.
Yep.
By Yoshida Brothers.
That's literally what I was going to say. Like, the trailer for it was literally basically talking about who does all the music for it. I was like, I'm going to watch this show for the fucking music alone.
Yeah. The main composer for the series did the music from the Shenmue series, from the Y series, or Ys. I'm not sure what it's pronounced. Kid Icarus Uprising. They did stuff for Persona. They've done stuff for Castlevania. The main character designer is Yoshitaka Amano, who did the character designs for Vampire Hunter D, Winds of Amnesia, Gatchaman, and he did like literally the original like 6 Final Fantasy games. Did like the art for that. Like, dude's a legend. So seeing how many like literal legends are involved in this, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the premise itself seemed kind of but the animation, like when I saw that, is like, this looks pretty. Yeah. The music sounds awesome. So yeah, I'm in. I would give it a hard 8. Like, I'm definitely in. If it's good, I'll watch it all. If it's not, then I'll at least give it the first 3.
Yeah.
But this is another Crunchyroll original.
Yes.
So it seems like Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Seems like everything Crunchyroll is trying to push forward, they are pushing hard, which kind of makes me excited because I've been reading Lore Olympus. And that is one of the series that they said they're going to be making an anime for. So I'm like, dude, let them get fucking Bones or somebody to do fucking Lore Olympus. Or Madhouse or some fucking crazy shit. It's like, you guys are doing some shit right here. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing good shit.
They're doing some real good shit. Very, very much so looking forward to this one now. Like I said, beforehand, I had like literal no interest in watching it. But then seeing like the actual bones that are building this creature, I'm really, really interested. So
it's like, even if it's shit, it's gonna be a fun watch.
Yeah,
that's interesting to me because it's not a show I'm that interested in.
Mm-hmm.
The character designs though, and between that and the key art, I was like, man, I feel like this is something Trippy's gonna watch.
Yeah,
but based on everything you said, it's not something I should have discerned from the key art. I'm glad I was correct.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something about it screamed you to me. And after hearing you talk about it, I feel like I shouldn't have gotten that feeling.
Yeah, I think it was more so I guess
who's behind it.
Yeah, who's behind it? It's definitely for me. It's just, I guess, like the actual poster of it. It looks like you know how you scroll through Amazon and look at all the anime they have on there, and sometimes you're like, this series looks really cool, but I've been tricked before on Amazon. I'll watch a series that looks really cool, and it's just like, oh, no, I know why you're on Amazon. You're just boring. Oh my god.
So, I'm going to say the two things that I feel like if you combine makes the cover art for this. I feel like if you mix Chaos Head with Fists of the North Star, you get the cover art for whatever the fuck this anime is.
I get that. I completely 100% see what you're talking about. That is, I'm right there with you now. Now I can understand why you thought I would probably be super interested in it. That makes total sense to me.
Like, I was like, those are the two things I'm like looking at this cover now. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, this one, I'm going to give it an 8, like I said, just because I wasn't initially interested into it, but like after seeing the people involved with it, I'm definitely going to watch it, so.
It's like a 4 or 5 for me. I might watch the first episode. It honestly depends. If on the 8th it's out and I'm like, oh, but ReZero isn't out yet, then maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But that's it.
All right, so yeah, that one's July 8th, Crunchyroll exclusive. Our next series, Decadence. Now, this one is, I believe this is Funimation exclusive, if I remember right.
Funny does have it, yes.
So, many years have passed since humanity was driven to the brink of extinction by the sudden emergence of the unknown life form known as Gadol. Those humans that survived now dwell in a 3,000 millimeter, 3,000 or mile? I think it was a 3,000 mile high fortress Decadence, built to protect them from the Gadol threat. Denizens of Decadence fall into two categories: gears, who are warriors who fight the Gadol daily, and tankers, those who have the skills to fight. One day, Natsume, a tanker girl who dreams of becoming a gear, meets surly Kaburagi, an armor repairman of Decadence. This chance meeting between this seemingly opposite pair, the girl with a positive attitude who never gives up on her dreams and the realist who has given up on his, will eventually shape the future course of this world.
So, I just want to say...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You go, Jay. No, you're good.
I was going to say, I want to say this. I'm hyped for this one. I really like it. I like the art style. It reminds me of... the story itself reminds me of Immortal Engines, which I really enjoyed the books. The movie was shit, but the books are pretty good. But it kind of has that same, like, futuristic, post-apocalyptic vibe. So it's kind of giving me... I don't want to say Trigun vibes, but it's giving me, like, that 90s-ish vibe. Where, like, that vibe. I feel like it's going to be good just by looking at the art style.
Yeah.
And seeing the story. So I'm hyped for it. So I'm giving this a solid 8, man. Like I'm rolling in on this one. Maybe even a 9.
I like the art. I agree with you there. I think the art looks good. Like the way everything's presented on the key art, I like. My biggest complaint is that the main chick looks like she's 18 at best, and that the dude looks like he's 30 at work, like at best.
I think
like,
it's kind of...
I mean, they don't have to be a romantic couple.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's also to prove kind of what they said in the description there. She is full of life, so she looks younger, and he's like beaten down and giving up on his dreams, so he projects an older appearance.
Right, and I'm fine with that. But man, if they try to like push any kind of romantic thing,
it's
here,
in the future, dude. Like
that doesn't make
it's in the future, dude. Like
no,
it's
being
hold on.
Released today. It's not okay.
Dude, Inuyasha's 60 and Kagome's 16, bro.
That's not okay.
Inuyasha's like 120.
Yeah, you're right.
And when we get to that show coming out, I'm gonna go, what the fuck? But that show ain't out yet.
So the animation studio on this one, it's by a group that Pat would love just for their name. It's by Nut, and they've actually done some cool stuff. They did half the episodes of Fully Cooley Alternative. They also did the movie compilation, I assume, of the Fully Cooley Alternative, and then they also did Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I actually really like that series.
Yeah. So
that show was great.
They like they haven't done too many different things, but the stuff they have done is good quality. So
I believe Alternative is the better of the two Fully Cooley sequel series.
And there you go. This one I'm gonna give a solid 5. Like I have no major love for it. I'm gonna watch it if it's interesting. I'll continue to watch it. This was in my baby pile. Like it's something I'll just give a chance to and see what's up.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I might watch the first episode, and if it's good, then maybe I'll stick around. But honestly, there's no guarantee I'm even going to watch the first episode.
Yeah. All right, so moving on.
Funny.
Oh, what?
I was just going to say real quick, it's funny coming off this most recent season where everything but All Routes Lead to Doom, I was watching on Funimation. And it seems much more like this coming season, like
Crunchyroll.
Everything that I want to watch on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I get that. All right, now the next one is probably the biggest one of the season. Probably the most anticipated show of the year. It is Re:Zero: Starting Life in Another World Season 2. Like we are finally getting that Season 2. Over 4 years ago is when the original series premiered. It literally premiered on my birthday, April 3rd, 2016. This one was supposed to premiere in April, but got pushed back due to, obviously the virus going around. So that got pushed back. Yeah, the miasma.
We got a term for it. It's the miasma.
Yeah, and the Raku's miasma unfortunately pushed so many things back. This also got pushed back. So we'll be premiering on July 8th. I believe it's going to be on Crunchyroll exclusively, or is it on Crunchyroll?
Crunchy, yes. It's. I think it's just on Crunchy.
Yeah, it's just Crunchyroll. Okay. Animation's done by White Fox, same studio who did the first seasons. If you don't know what ReZero is, just a brief synopsis. Subaru Natsuki is an ordinary high school student lost in an alternative world. He is rescued by a beautiful silver-haired girl. He stays near her to return the favor, but the destiny she is burdened with is more than Subaru can imagine. Enemies attack one by one, and both of them are killed. He finds out he has the power to rewind death back to the time he first came to this world, but only he remembers what happened since. It is a hell of a roller coaster series. If you have not watched it, watch the first season, get prepared. It was literally one of the biggest anime that came out that year, because the groundswell behind it just took it to a new level. Basically probably one of the bigger series to be something that wasn't from Shonen Jump or something like that, or a JoJo series. People love the cosplay. The figures are were still coming out even before season 2 was announced, because people were just still buying the merch left and right. So people are really hyped for this one. I personally am trying to figure out why it took them so long, because there was so much more that was still out in the light novels when they finished the first season. So it kind of surprised me that they really took so long to go and produce another one. But
I really hope it's something along the lines of whoever has creative control was I'm not gonna let you fuck this up. Because
hopefully
it's the only thing I can hope for. Because I agree. I feel like this is the biggest thing since Sword Art.
Yeah,
it blew up. Sword Art blew up Isekai, and then this is the biggest Isekai since Sword Art.
Yeah. So the one thing they did announce is that this season will be split core. So it will be 2 cores. The first one premiering July 8th, and the second half will air in January 2021.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, god damn it.
Yeah, so it's gonna end, and then you're gonna have to wait a little bit, and then it's gonna pick back up in January 2021.
That's fine. Hey, if you haven't watched this yet, the director's cut on Crunchyroll is the better way to watch it.
How many episodes is the director cut?
It's literally so every 2 episodes is slammed into one, so it's 13 versus the 26 that it was originally.
Because I wanted to rewatch it before I get into this, so
it's one of the few shows I've rewatched. I don't watch a lot of anime twice, and it had been a while since I watched it, so I watched it originally prepping for it to come out this past season, and it didn't.
Yeah.
But I watched the director's cut because the whole reason they did the director's cut was to lead up into the second season. It's better, I feel like, as our episodes.
Yeah.
With how the first and second core were presented. It's funny too because there's certain characters you're like, man, they did their shit for so long. If you watch the show as it came out, and then you watch it as a fucking hour episodes in the director's cut, you're like, oh, that dude's only here for 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wild.
Did you... one of the things I did want to know is, because I know sometimes you like to go into things blind, so did you watch any of the trailers, or are you just going in completely blind in the season 2?
I watched the first trailer, and I've seen both the OVA and the movie. But otherwise, yes, just the first trailer. I don't think I watched the second trailer. Maybe I did. If I did, it wasn't that much different from the first trailer.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
But I did watch the first trailer. It obviously set some implications for what's going to happen during the season. Yeah. It really doesn't say much.
No, it just gives you just enough to keep you
right. If you watch what the show is and then watch that, you're like, this could mean anything. He could be like, this fool dies 1 billion times, so this is one of deaths that don't matter, or this means everything.
Yeah.
But you don't know. So that's why I'm excited very much. It's a 10 for me, if only because the scale you said to me was that 11 was palpable, which means I'm physically shaking because of the show, and I'm not quite there yet.
I don't know, dude. Last week when we were talking about it, you were like, oh God, you were like literally getting that whole. Like,
I'm hella excited, but like as I'm not thinking about it when I'm not thinking about anime. If I start thinking about anime, it's probably the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
But if I'm just sitting there, it's not like populating my head because I know. Because I know it's still a week plus out.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to think about it. And I'm succeeding in that regard, which means it's not an 11. If I was trying not to think about it and I was not succeeding, it's an 11.
Yeah.
But I'm able to not think about it, still be excited about it. It's 10. There's not many more shows I've ever been excited about. Mind you, there's another 10 on this list.
Yeah.
And maybe that's hurt, like, maybe they're bringing each other down because of that. But it's not an 11 for me. Mind you, it is probably the number one show I'm most excited for this year.
Yeah. Jay, what are your feelings on ReZero Season 2?
Will I watch it? Probably, because I feel like this is going to be the mandatory anime of this season. Am I excited for it? Not particularly. I will give it a solid 5 or 6. But so will I watch it? Yes, I'm watching it.
Is it that whole thing of it just took too long, and now it's kind of like that interest kind of just waned?
I wouldn't even say that. I wasn't really hyped on the show when it came out.
You can't call him bad for his interests, Pat.
I mean, it is what it is.
I can, and I did.
I thought it was an okay show. I thought there were cool characters. The main character is not one of them. I actually really don't like the main character. I kind of hate the main character.
Yeah.
But I think there's some cool aspects to it. I think the world is cool, but I'm not hyped for the show. Like, I'll watch it again because, like I said, it's a mandatory watch because everybody's going to be talking about this in the next cons. Like, It's the reason why I watched Attack on Titan twice.
Fair.
So, like, I had to get it. So, and who knows? When I rewatch the show before I start watching season 2, maybe I'll like it better. I just going off from back then, like, I remember everybody was hyping it to me then, and I was like, I don't really get it. It's cool. Like, the concept is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Like I said, I went into ReZero pretty much blind. I watched it all after it all finished because we were living at the townhouse when I watched it. I enjoyed the show.
Yep.
Well, okay. Well, I waited for it to finish. I remember we went to the Otakon when it was still.
You watched it after it finished.
Yeah.
Because I started watching it. And there was like 18 episodes.
But
yeah.
I associate it with being at the townhouse with y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember. I enjoyed it. Then it got to that one arc I just really, really hated. Then the next arc was really good, but then it just kind of leaves off. I do have to. Yeah. I do have to echo what Jay said. I don't particularly like Subaru as a character. I know, Pat. We'll get into a discussion about that on a different podcast, but I just didn't. I
was gonna do it now.
No, not now.
Bring the heat. I was gonna fucking.
We don't have time for it right now. We
still
have quite a few more anime to get through.
Fuck.
But yeah,
Subaru grows as a character. That's all I'll say.
I will say I will give the show a solid 8 from me. I am very much looking forward to it. But like I said, it's going to be one of those shows I know I'm going to watch the first episode and I'm not going to watch it until it's done because it's one of those shows where I like the story enough that I need to watch it all like in one go because I don't like being left waiting because then I'll just get tired of waiting and I'll just stop watching it.
Let me loose.
So the next series, No Game, No Life, Season 2.
No, fuck you! Fuck off! How dare you say those words to me? you?
What?
I literally got excited for half a moment thinking, am I looking at a wrong list? No. This fucker just wanted to make a joke about the name of this next show.
What are you talking about? It's No Game No Life Season 2. It's what you've been waiting for.
No. No Guns Life. This fucking shit.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so No Guns Life Season 2. That will be streaming on Funimation exclusively. I watched the first episode of the original series. Honestly, I can say it. I usually like those kind of like noir shows, and I was bored watching it. And it had a pretty decent action scene in it, but it just the main character's head being a gun and that being like a weird thing in their world, it was I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I'll give it another try. Not excited for season 2, so I'm not even going to rate it. But that does premiere on July 9th.
It's okay to say a show is stupid. It's a stupid premise. It's a stupid premise. It's fine. Well, no, if you like it, that's cool. It can be a good. Hold on. It can be a good show with a stupid premise. The premise is stupid.
It's not necessarily stupid. Because like, there's a reason why he has a gun head, and there's like there's a lot of people like that who are...
Is there a logical reason why he has a gun head?
People were genetically modified to be weapons during a war they had, but now like the people who did that, they're basically being discriminated against because all they're seeing is war machines and they're nothing good for fighting, while they're trying to have peace. So it's okay, it's okay. But we'll just move on past that to the next one. Is the third in a series of shows. A very popular show, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax. This will be the third and final. Baby. Oh, really? Damn, I was wrong.
Really? I'm interested to when we get to what you thought was my other 10.
Okay. So season 3 of this show, if you don't know what My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu is about, just a brief description of the series. Let me see if I have it here somewhere. Yes. Hakigaya is an antisocial high school student with no friends or girlfriend, and as a result has a distorted view on life. When he sees his classmates talking excitedly about their adolescent lives, he mutters, "They're a bunch of liars." When he is asked about his future dreams, he responds, "Not working." A teacher gets Hachiman to join the volunteer service club, which happens to have the school's prettiest girl, Yukino Shita. I'd seen like a couple episodes of the first season. I was very interested, but it was just that I was watching with Captain, and I thought she would have loved it, but she didn't seem to care for it too much, so I just kind of stopped at that point, always planning to go back into it. But I know, I will say one thing. For most shows like this, I don't generally watch them, but I actually like the main character just because he was a sarcastic asshole, which speaks to me on a whole different level. So I enjoyed it for that much, but I just never really got much into it. First, I'll let you take it from here because I know you like this show.
So that's wild to me. For some reason, I had in my head that you had seen this whole series too. So I like this series very much. Yeah. My biggest issue with it is the title. My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. Yeah. So it's My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. It's My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Climax is this one.
No, the second season is called something else. And the third season is Climax.
The second one is called 2. So T-O-O.
T-O, okay. Yes, and then Climax. So my biggest issue, the second season, I tried to watch it when it came out. The issue was there was no comedy element to the second season.
Oh, really?
The second season is a straight up drama.
Oh, wow.
And I fell asleep trying to watch it the first time, and I kind of was like, I'll come back to this later. And I did. Eventually, I was craving that drama because I had gone multiple seasons without anything to fill that void. I came back watching. I was like, oh, that was great. I can't, fuck. I'm fucked up. I need more of this.
Yeah.
So I'm literally, this is my other 10. I'm excited to get more. I just think that name doesn't fit the show and what the show became. And I'm expecting more of what Season 2 was. Now, Season 2 was what it was for very particular reasons with how the show developed. But man, oh man, calling it My Teen Romantic Comedy it stops being a comedy.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a light novel. I was wondering if it was light novel or manga.
Oh, yeah, no. It's 100% a light novel. The way it develops is light novel. 100% you go. If you had never seen this show before and just watched it, no one told you, be like, this was a light novel, wasn't it? Just based on how it develops. Because you get these characters, shit happens like it would. Like, oh, that was an arc. That was an arc. Oh, here's this arc. And it's like, okay, so you're getting whole stories, how they were presented from a book, condensed down to a show in a couple episodes. I am hella excited, though. Yeah. Between this and ReZero, like, these are my 1-2. I'm watching them. Can't wait. Who has this? I don't think Crunchy has this.
No.
This is High Dive. Yeah,
from what I saw, everything said that it's streaming, from what I think, exclusively on High Dive, because I believe that they're owned by Sentai Filmworks, and Sentai, I think, has now an exclusive thing where all their stuff streams on High Dive.
On High Dive, okay. I would say Crunchy had the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, I've got it. I have Verve, so I can watch High Dive if I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Crunchy has my favorite subtitle style is Crunchy by far. So, like, I have Verve, but if it's on Crunchy regular, I will watch it on the Crunchyroll app. The moment they removed my ability to watch it on Crunchyroll, I stop subbing to Verve and just start giving Crunchyroll my money straight. I know Crunchyroll runs both, so that will probably never happen. But the moment it does, I'm out, Verve. Sorry.
There you go.
Fuck off.
Well, for those of you who are fans of the My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu series, the show premieres on July 9th. Check that out. Like I said, I'm definitely going to try to catch up before then and see if I can get into it.
I've never seen any of it. So.
I'm going to take a guess. I don't know the calendar. I'm going to look after I make this guess. But I'm gonna guess ReZero is a Saturday. My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax is a Sunday. 8-9. I'm guessing. Go ahead. I'm gonna look.
Monday and Tuesday.
Fuck! All right, you already looked.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the next one.
But in Japan, that means it's a
Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday. Okay.
I think it's Sunday, Monday. Or is it Saturday? No, I guess it's Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
No. They're ahead of us.
Okay.
Aren't they? They are. Yeah, they are. Maybe. I don't know. I'm done.
So the next one is a series I know it's a super popular manga. I know a lot of people read it. I've never read it. I've just seen the character around so many places.
Oh, really? It's a popular manga?
Yeah, it's a really popular manga. Uzaki-chan wants to hang out.
This one made my list.
You said this one made your list?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a super popular manga. So Shinichi Sakurai's one wish is for a little peace and quiet. But Hana Uzaki, his boisterous, well-endowed upperclassman, has other plans. All she wants is to hang out and poke fun at him. With the help of her chipper charm and peppy persistence, this might just be the start of a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The trailer for this won me over hard. She's adorable. She's picking on him a lot, so he's constantly fucking yelling at him or yelling at her.
Yeah.
But the last 20 seconds of the trailer does a hard turn where it's raining and she's crying and I'm like, oh my god, I need to know what the fuck happens now. I'm invested in the story and I don't even fucking know. Yeah,
so
I'm
it seems
in.
like it
I'm
has
so
plot.
fucking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because literally I look at it and go, I was like, this is either a series that I'm really gonna like, or I'm gonna be pissed at the end of 12 to 13 episodes and go, oh, nothing happened. But if the trailer implicates plot, I'm very excited for this, and I'll raise it from an 8 to a 9 now, based on your description of the trailer that I did not watch.
Yeah.
It's based off of a manga. Like I said, that manga is, I know it's very popular amongst a lot of people who are into the romance genre and stuff like that, and just the comedy genres. So I'm looking forward to actually watching it. I don't have any major expectations for it other than to be funny. It'll probably be something that I'll end up exclusively watching because Captain's watching it rather than watching it on my own. But I'm giving it a 7 myself because it does look funny.
Yeah,
so that's what I was
I'm throwing 9 on it too because, like I said, I was won over.
Yeah.
Like, watching the trailer, I was like, yeah, this is my shit.
Yeah.
And before we even get to the next one, I'm throwing a 9 on Rent a Girlfriend, too.
Wow. Wait at 1, spoil it. 2, 9. So the trailer was that good on this one as well?
I really enjoyed Rent a Girlfriend.
Pat, you didn't see the trailer for Rent a Girlfriend?
No. Can I give the description? I'll give the description.
Go for it.
Okay,
well,
cool.
first, give your score for Uzaki.
He said
I
9.
did.
Oh, did you say?
I said
Okay.
it was originally an 8, and after Jay hyping it up, I bumped it up to a 9.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So the next one is Rent a Girlfriend. Uzaki-chan premieres July 10th. Rent a Girlfriend also premieres July 10th. Give it away.
Okay. In Japan, the lonely have a new way out. Online services that rent out dads, children, even girlfriends. When Kuziaki's true love dumps him, he's just desperate enough to try it. And he's shocked at how cute and sweet his rental girlfriend turns out to be. But she wants to keep their relationship a secret. And now there's a complication. She goes to his university, their grandmothers are in the same home, and they live next door to each other. How did he know this beforehand?
Right.
Then Kazuya finds out she's not nearly as nice in real life.
And real life in quotations.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't emphasize that enough.
So,
I got excited. I got distracted by the parentheses from manga I wasn't supposed to read.
Yeah.
So, watching the trailer for this one, the vibe I got was, like, it's like a good minute and a half long where she, like, comes home with him and, like, his family is like, oh my god, you have a girlfriend and she's so nice. And, like, they show them, like, going on dates and stuff. And she's, like, being super sweet. And then there's, like, a moment, I can't remember if he actually says, I love you to her, but she kind of snaps at him and looks like, look, this is just a job.
No, he goes, like, I know that I'm paying you and everything, but are you really enjoying yourself with me?
Yeah, and she snaps hard, and, like, you could see, like, that tone. It's like, this is just a job. And then it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, like, you can tell he's falling for her. And I'm so curious how it fucking goes.
But one of the things the thing that interested me, because this is ordinarily I would have just super hard passed on the show, but watching the trailer, it actually did get me interested. It shows that the girl who dumped him is still around.
Yes.
Yep.
She is.
And he still admits that he still has feelings for her because obviously she just dumped him out of the fucking blue. So he was like, what the hell? I love you. So that's why I'm still actually interested to see where the show goes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting show. I think it's going to have a lot of drama and comedy to it. So I'm hyped for this one as well. Like I said before, I gave this one a 9 too.
Yeah, I'll give this one a 7. Because it's not my kind of show, but I'll watch it.
It's definitely a 9 for me as well. Borderline 10. It really depends. Like, if the first episode's good enough, it will instantly jump up to 10 for me.
Yeah.
So there are 4, I think, female love interests in this one, as far as I know.
I believe so. I think that's what they showed in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I'm interested to see how it all plays out, obviously, with the one on the key art being the main love interest.
Yeah.
But, like, 100%, I saw the description, I was like, oh, okay, this one's for me. I know this kind of show. This show is for me.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I'm excited. Between this and Uzaki-chan being on the same day, like, most of the shows of the last season were on the same day for me, and this season's like, oh, I got a show this day, and then this day, and then this day. Oh, this day has 2 shows. Oh, and there's one more show on the next day. Oh, I'm excited. Like, the last season was the most shows I watched in one season, and this season's about to trump that, as long as all the shows are as interesting as they seem to be.
Yeah. All right. So Rent a Girlfriend looks really good. That'll definitely be one I think we're all probably gonna watch, and then we'll be able to give our descriptions of when we watch it in the podcast. So moving on to the next one. This was one that it seems like it should be a me series, but even I was kind of like,
I don't like the art.
Yeah, the art looks super weird.
Yeah, I wrote down 5 hate the art.
Yeah.
But it could be, but it looks like a pervy funny show, so it might be okay. But I don't know if I can get past. Like I will. I don't know. It does, unless I hear people say it's good, I probably won't watch this one.
See, what I'm hoping for is it to look as dumb as that one show about the wrestler who gets like isekai into the world, but it to actually be a really good show like that show because that show is actually pretty good. This one's called Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. Peter Grill is an adventurer and the strongest man in the world. While he has a girlfriend named Luvelia, with whom he's sworn to spend the rest of his life, Luvelia still believes that babies are delivered by storks. And in the 2 years since their relationship began, Peter and Luvelia have not progressed beyond holding hands. In the meantime, various other women, such as 2 ogre twins and an elf, also want him to bear their strong children. Peter has to avoid all manner of temptation and plots, all while feeling guilty toward Luvelia. He's a good man. He's monogamous, and they just want him for his sperm. And he is not that kind of man.
So, hey, let me say this, because I don't think anybody else is excited about this show. This is a show, until you read that description, I had zero interest in. Reading that description, I'm like, maybe I'll watch the first episode. Because the art-wise, you all dunked on the art a bit. I was like, it just kind of looks like, it does not stand out. Right, it's generic.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand out, but at the same time, like, doesn't look bad. I've watched
it's not
bad-looking anime before.
Yeah, it's just that generic look, though.
Like, Uzaki-chan I'm excited about. I don't think that shows, and like the art stands out in any way, shape, or form to me.
See, and I disagree with you on that because like maybe her silhouette's not great, but her actual character design, she's pretty distinct herself.
Yeah,
None of the other characters are, but she is. I mean, the shirt she wears in the manga, just like a white and blue raglan shirt, and it just says Sugoi on it in red letters. That shirt's been freaking everywhere because people just love it. So her design is pretty good. I'll give it to her design.
I'm just saying, based on what I've seen, nothing about Uzaki-chan's art stands out to me. Much like Peter Grill, which is a fucking.
It's a good name.
Hold on, it's a bad name. But it's a bad name in a good way.
Yeah.
Peter Grill is like, let's try and think of an American name. Well,
that's Peter, why I like it.
Like Peter, that's like Family Guy. Americans love Family Guy. What else do Americans like doing?
Grilling.
Well, 4th of July's coming out. What do they do then?
Yeah.
Well, they grill. Peter Grill. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm down for it. But like I said, I'm giving this one a 6 just because I think it's going to end up being generic schlock. But I'm interested to see the comedy. So.
It was below a 5 for me, but y'all reading the description to me, because literally I looked at it and went, I'm on to the next one. And then you all read it to me, I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll give it a shot. I'll say 6 as well, after literally it didn't make my list originally. Yeah. So I'll give it a shot. I'm looking at the art. I kind of like the 2 weird
ogre chicks.
Yeah, the 2. Which weird. One of them gets much more prominence than the other one, despite them being twins.
I mean, that happens sometimes.
And I mean,
look at Rim and Ram.
Yeah, but Rim and Ram, I feel like are presented on the same plane each time. They're normally next to each other. This one chick gets a full body presentation up front. More than whatever girl is supposed to be the main girl. I don't know which girl. I'm assuming it's the girl in white, but she's not presented up front like one of the 2 ogre twins.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason I'm interested. Because clearly the way presented is Luvelia is not the front chick on whatever this art is.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I feel like that won't be one that we all end up kind of just check out the first episode of to see what we think about it. So that one premieres on July 10th. So look forward to that. The next one, I really have nothing to say about it. Jay's literally the only one that's kind of kept up with it, and that is Sword Art Online Alicization War of the Underworld Part 2. Now, is this actually part 2, or is this just a continuation of...
It's continuation.
Okay, because I thought it got cut off because of the miasma. So
I'm not 100% sure exactly how it worked. All I know is I do have enjoyed Sword Art, like the last season, Alicization, like the first part of Alicization, before like the last... It kept going last year.
Yeah.
I did really like that arc. I will watch it. I will probably wait till it's over because Sword Art to me is just easier to fucking plow through.
To binge, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a show I can watch, week by week, but I will definitely watch it eventually. I do still enjoy Sword Art. I've invested too much time in there to not watch it. And the last season was really, really good. So, yeah, I got no qualms with it.
All right.
So that's what I was going to ask real quick. Are the new characters they introduced in the last season interesting?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So for those of you who follow Sword
there you
Art,
go,
the
everybody.
season comes back
the new
on
characters
July 11th.
Are interesting. Yeah. Check it out.
All right.
I won't.
It's so mean.
Just for that, I'm not going to watch ReZero.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll enjoy it. I don't care if you don't get to enjoy a good anime. Good job.
So moving on, our next series is called Monster Girl Doctor. In the town of Linworm, where monsters and humans coexist, Dr. Glenn runs an exemplary medical clinic for monster girls with his Lamia assistant, Safi. Whether receiving a marriage proposal from Centaur injured in battle, palpitating the injury of a mermaid, or suturing the delicate wound of a flesh golem, Dr. Glenn performs his job with grace and confidence. Excuse me?
Palpitating the injury is a bad sentence.
Yeah.
I just don't like that sentence. Because what it's saying to me is someone's like a cat needs as it's like fucking trying to lay down. Someone's
he's gentle. That's all it's telling you.
Let me fucking palpitate your fucking cut on your fucking tummy. I'm rubbing it. It's fucking skeevy. However, 7. I give the show a 7. I like Monster Girls. It's a 7. I like Monster Girls. I know what a Lamia is, and I like them. I'm pro Lamias.
I like llamas.
I would say the art reminded me a lot of literally Monster Musume. Does it have anything to do with Monster Musume?
I don't think so. I think it's inspired by, and which is why you're seeing the art being similar. Yeah. They're trying to grab that audience, maybe.
Yeah. This one, honestly, if I'm bored, I'd probably watch it. So I'm giving this a 2.
Wow, a 2.
If you say it's really good.
What was that other Monster Girl one that's within the last
An Interview with Monster Girls?
Yeah, there you go.
That was really good, yes. Yeah, but this one looks more like Monster Musume, and I think I've seen an episode or maybe 2 of that, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I got what this is about. I'm done.
See, to me, this felt more like Interviews with Monster Girls.
If it's like Interview with Monster Girls, you let me know, and I'll watch the shit out of it, because I love that show. Okay. It was really good.
Mind you, I didn't watch Interview with Monster... I think I watched
God damn it!
2. I watched an episode or 2.
Okay.
But this feels in that category. This was a show I would have thought you also would have had around a 6-7 kind of area.
Nah. I usually don't care for Monster Girl stuff.
Yeah, I give it a 4. Like, I think this is like what Trip said. I would watch this if I'm bored.
Yeah.
But I don't unless other people say it's good. I probably wouldn't really give it the time of day. Like it looks okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So that one premieres.
Last show I got a number for.
Yeah, the last one. Well, not the last one, but that one premieres on July 12th. And now our next one is Mr. Love, Queen's Choice. You said you want to read it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll read it. All right. The heroine has inherited a company from her late father and is now in charge of a television program as its producer. However, the company is on the brink of bankruptcy due to the lack of capital. While trying to save her father's once popular program and company, she meets 4 potential boyfriends. However, before she knew it, she's caught in a huge conspiracy over special powers known as Evol.
which is just love spelled backwards for them.
Fuck! I didn't know that. Why did you ruin that for me?
Look, I'm just saying, this is Captain Bait.
I agree.
This is like something that I will end up watching having been in the same room as her.
Don't bait Captain. Secondly, this is the kind of show Captain and I can bond over.
Really? You don't watch this show?
Yeah. Hey, it's got a 6, but it made my list. I'm gonna watch at least the first episode.
See, if it didn't sound so generic, it sounds like it's based off. Actually, let me check because it sounds like it's based off of like a game,
light novel series.
Yeah. Oh, it's a light novel series.
Let me. I don't think it's based on anything because it doesn't say from blank on ANN.
I mean,
my thing about it is, I like the premise up till the 4 boyfriends part. Yeah. So as long as that part plays enough of a role, I'll be invested in the show. If it's 100% only like she's got 4 boys around, I'll probably be out.
Well, it's based off a game, so
fuck.
So chances are it's gonna be pretty damn standard.
Give me the bad ending where she becomes a great producer and ignores all the boys. And I'm in.
So we'll see with that one. I'll give it a hard 1 because I don't care.
Oh, you'll give it a hard 1, all right.
That's right.
I would give it a. Let's see what Captain says about it.
Yeah, let's go with that. We'll see what Captain says about that, and we'll talk about it regarding her opinions on it.
We've talked about it enough. Y'all are both going to watch the first episode at this point.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely. I usually watch at least the first episode of all her weird shows. She watches the first episode of all my weird shows, and then we just go our separate ways. So I will say how the first episode is, but it premieres on July 15th for all you Fujoshi out there who are waiting for it, because it's based off a game, and I'm sure some of you have already played it.
Yeah.
And the last one we'll be going over.
No date.
It has literally no date. It says July, but honestly, that's just a placeholder for summer sometime. It's called Ninja Collection. The Tokeshu Ninja Group oversee Tokyo, the city where dreams and desires swirl like eddies in a river. With ancient techniques passed down through generations, the ninjas are intent on wiping out the darkness enveloping people in the current Reiwa era.
Honestly, it sounds kind of racist.
It is. Honestly, it sounds like the most generic show ever.
Yeah,
but
it does.
The only thing that made me kind of curious is
the dude on the right?
Spinoff. No, it's a spinoff of Yami Shibai Ghost Stories.
Really?
Yeah, that ghost story show that just literally has shorts about like horror stuff. And I'm like,
the fuck?
Exactly. That's why I was like, what? Because I literally clicked on it and I was looking at it, just like, what is this generic trash? And it said it's a spinoff of it, so I'm assuming they're based on some short story that must have been in there. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll at least watch an episode.
Looking at this art, I'm expecting at least like half boys love. There's like 4 cute boys on the front, and I'm getting feelings from the art that maybe the description's not doing justice for.
Oh, it's definitely not. And I will say because I was looking up, like, just trying to find out anything I could about it. There's 3 different animation studios listed. So I'm assuming it's a bunch of shorts as well, just like Ghost Stories, and I'm assuming it's probably going to be different animations in it a little bit.
Well,
cover art's bad then.
Yeah.
Bad cover art. Because it does not look like it is
art.
A compilation of any sort.
Yeah. So this one's going to be a big, hard TBD, because, I mean, we don't really know much about it right now, and it really has no hard date, so...
To be dicked.
No, determined. Let's go determined. Those guys do look like they're ready to be dicked, but I am not willing to give them the dickings until I know more.
Dick, Van Dick.
That's a lot of dick. But yeah, those are the major shows that we had. Basically, to kind of wrap our own list up, I say the 3 that I am definitely most excited for are... I am definitely excited for ReZero. Shut up. I'm excited for ReZero. Rent-A-Girlfriend barely makes it off the list because I'm going to put God of High School in there, obviously. And I'd say the third one I'm probably most excited for is... It'd either be H Arrows or Rent-A-Girlfriend, I guess. I'm going to pick Rent-A-Girlfriend over H Arrows because I've read the manga, so I know what to expect going into that one. So I'm going to go with Rent-A-Girlfriend. I'm looking forward to seeing what that one's all about.
Jay, you can go.
I'm gonna go Decadence and Uzaki-chan and probably Misfit of a Demon King, even though Rent-A-Girlfriend is a close number 4.
Okay. I mean, my 1 is ReZero. I've been waiting for fucking ever.
Yeah.
My teen romantic comedy Snafu Climax is number 2. Again, another series I'm already invested in. Like, you just have to throw the title out there, and I'm in. Yeah. Versus, like, I know I'm gonna like these shows, so that's why they take 1 and 2. Number 3, I think Rent-A-Girlfriend trumps Uzaki-chan for me. Premise-wise, Rent-A-Girlfriend seems like it's gonna lead to more drama and a potential conclusion at some point. Versus Uzaki-chan, easily premise-wise, seems like it could just spin out into this was a cute premise, but nothing ever came of it. Still very excited for both, but Rent-A-Girlfriend seems more likely to have a conclusion at some point. I don't think either are coming in this first season of anime, since they're both coming from manga, and they probably have way more sense whatever the anime is going to end at. But Rent-A-Girlfriend seems like I'm going to be like about.
Yeah. No, I get you there. I say Izaki, I feel like it's gonna go on for a while. If the anime proves as popular as the manga is, it's probably gonna end up getting a couple seasons.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Rent-A-Girlfriend, that definitely seems like... Yeah. Rent-A-Girlfriend, that'll be one of those series that if it gets a sequel, I'd be surprised, just like when I heard that, We Never Learn apparently got a sequel. And I was like, wow, really?
So We Never Learn seems like a show right up my alley, especially just coming off of both Quintessential Quintuplets and Domestic Girlfriend. I was so ready to love that show, but goddamn, it was so borderline generic that I was surprised that it got the second season it got. I was like, there's more? I fell asleep like 4 times trying to watch this show. Who is that excited about these characters? They're like the most generic of these versions of these people.
Yeah.
So I will be like, Rent-A-Girlfriend screams to me that it's going to get another season. Uzaki-chan also screams to me it's going to get another season, but it seems more to me like, what was the one recently we got with the girl who teases the boy who sits next to her in class?
Yeah, teasing Master Takagi or whatever it's called.
Yes. This seems much more likely like that than Rent-A-Girlfriend, which look like art and everything style-wise. So Uzaki-chan reminds me of the Teasing Master one. Yeah. Rent-A-Girlfriend reminds me art-wise and premise kinda of Nisekoi. So I feel like there's more likely something will come of Rent-A-Girlfriend than Uzaki-chan, which is why Rent-A-Girlfriend trumps it in my list.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean,
wrong. Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully we end up liking most of these series.
I'm just messing with you.
So, like I said, we'll see where we're gonna come out. Like, we'll definitely talk about at least a little bit for every podcast we do. We'll talk about the stuff that we're still watching. It didn't really happen too much of the podcast we've done so far because I don't really think any of us were actively hardcore watching anything.
Yeah, not really.
I was, but we didn't get to intro the season like we did.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep you updated.
I think the anime I watched the most last season was Space Battleship Yamato.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good series if you like that old school vibe.
I was about to say,
really good.
Like, that wasn't part of last season, but okay.
Well, if we're talking about things we were watching.
I
know. I get that. I watched the Cult Academy again this season. I ain't gonna bring it up if we did a podcast of what we watched this season, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I didn't really watch anything from this season other than
you watched
the girl, the villainous one.
Villainous is really good.
All routes lead to doom.
So glad that's getting a second season. Can't wait.
Yes, that was very good. Hey, can I take a moment to bump what I watched from the season then?
Oh well, yeah. If we're gonna do that, then I watched Welcome to Demon School, Aruma-kun. Fantastic. The fucking ending it leaves off on pisses me off because they haven't announced the third season yet. Can't wait for that. That one's also a really cute show. I recommend it to either one of y'all as well because it's just a really funny comedy show. Of course, Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, very good. That leads off where it could easily have a second season, which the second season got announced, so great. Can't wait for that. I'm trying to remember the big third one I watched, but you can go ahead until I remember that.
So, I was trying to find a nice list, and there really isn't a good list. Kakushi Goto, which is a story about a father who writes like a dirty gag manga, but doesn't want his daughter to know that he's writing it. So I started watching, expected to be kind of a cute, funny show, and that's it. I didn't expect anything from it otherwise. Actually has a really fucking good story with a conclusion that is worth watching. Like there's they spoil a part of they spoil a part in its favor in the first episode. That when I first watched it, I was like, oh, if I get anybody to watch this, I'd be like, oh, skip the last 5 minutes of the first episode. The show's better for it. It's not. Yeah. The show spoils a part of the show and it still plays on that part so well, and then has another, I don't want to say twist, but plot turn in it that is it is such a good show. It is better than I thought it was for a show that has almost no promotion going into the season.
Yeah.
What else? Listeners was good. If you really love music, Listeners has a lot of references that is worth seeing. Gleipnir, a lot of fun, cool fights, interesting premise. It doesn't. It doesn't end. I expect more. It's the kind of show I'm 100% expecting to get another season.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring up a list. If anybody has a list, let me see.
So another one I watched while you're looking for that is Ascendance of a Bookworm. Fantastic little isekai series about this girl who basically ends up in another child's body, wakes up in another world, and they don't have books readily available because it's like in older times where books were only available to nobles, and you had to literally use skin of animals and stuff like that to make books, so books were very expensive. So her whole goal is, because she's a huge book fan, she loves to read any kind of book she can get her hands on, and then the fact that her family's poor, she can't get them. So she's trying to find her way to make books, and the way she does that is literally by coming up with inventions from our modern world and then introducing them into their world. And it's a really cute show. Yeah, and then there's whole magical elements because you end up finding out there's magic in their world, but only nobles can use that. But she ends up having this disease where she has an overabundance of magic, but it's slowly killing her because she can't actually use magic because nobles refuse to teach magic to commoners. Really cool show.
So, Trippy, this one I'm about to say is one that we both didn't think of because everybody should be watching it already. Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2. Right. It is such a good show.
I didn't finish it yet, so don't tell me how it ends.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I technically haven't watched the last episode myself because I think it just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's such a good show. If you like romantic comedies, if you like the concept of a romantic comedy, mixed with the conceptual battles that exist in something like Death
Note,
it is the show for you.
Yeah, I would say it is probably the comedy right now, the comedy, romantic comedy. It's really good.
Best 2 opening songs of the past 12 months.
And it's like, it's very rare that you get a show that'll have like 2 good songs to it, and that show nails it with its 2 openings.
100%.
So the one thing that did disappoint me slightly with the second season, and it's the minorest of gripes. In the first season, they had occasionally you get like a special ending theme, like the one you got with the girls singing, that became like a huge fucking meme. I'm sad they didn't do that in the second season.
I feel like you say that. I feel like one of the episodes of the second season maybe did have that. But I thought you were going to talk about, my biggest thing was like, I didn't like the second season opening at first because it's not as good as the first season. But it does. It grows on you. 100% it grows on you. You're not going to, if you watch the whole the first season though and listen to the theme song every time, you won't like the second season theme song at first. But
it'll grow on you.
I feel like, honestly, like, you said it yourself. It grows on you, and you'll be like, oh, shit. By, like, the 4th or 5th time, you're like, I gotta stick around. This song's too good. Daddy, daddy, do.
Yeah, just think of it as a doctor. When the old doctor leaves, you get mad, but when you eventually, the new doctor will grow on you.
Get used to, yeah, right. The new doctor. Yeah. It's not on this list at all for me. It's actually kind of bugged me because I did find a list of shows this season. Tamayami Baseball Girls. I liked it. It was nothing to write home about sports anime, but not like a really intense type sports anime versus like it showed a lot of love for baseball and how baseball works in a way I found really interesting, and also didn't sexualize anybody, which I always find exciting in an anime.
Hey, speak for yourself. I saw them thick thighs on that cover.
Right, there are thick thighs, and like literally that's the most that the team manager every now and then is like, let me feel how tight your thighs are, but it's so unsexualized in a way that like that shit will make me bounce from a show so quickly.
Yeah. And
like this show had nothing I was like at, because it doesn't feel like she's doing it in a perverted way ever.
Yeah.
Though I will say,
give you wide eyes.
Go ahead.
Thick thighs give you wide eyes.
That's right.
Yeah, they do. I like legs. One show I haven't watched but still kind of want to from last season is Gallon Dino.
Stop it.
Did you watch any of it?
Fuck no. I saw enough of it in the preview just to be like, yeah, no.
It totally looks like a fun gag show. I kind of want to watch it.
Yeah, we'll pick that back up later, because
I tried.
Yeah. But yeah, so honestly, thank you all so goddamn much for listening. Please, like, in the comments below, let us know what you're interested in, because there's a lot of good shit that looks like it's going to be coming out this season. And, like, keep us up to date. Yeah, Fuzzy. Keep us up to date with anything that you decide to pick up and anything that you drop as well. Because, like I said, there's a lot of good stuff. And, God, man, I'm really hoping that a lot of it ends up panning out to be good series. But we will be back. Should be next week. I'm probably going to drop this podcast like on a Wednesday or something, so we can just kind of get it out ahead of time before the series starts showing.
You got time. You could probably drop it the following Monday and still be at. Most of these shows don't start till like a week and a half from now. That's kind of what's killing me about this fucking jump between seasons. Normally it's like the week shit ends, the next week new shit starts, and I guess it's probably because of the virus. But like you're talking about like a 2 to 3 week gap between the end of shows and the start of shows this time.
Yeah, except for, we'll see this time though. I mean, at least with the superheroes show and like Lapis Relights, those both on the 3rd, so they start Friday. Like this coming Friday. Yeah, they start on the 3rd. So the season starts up this Friday, and it just pretty much just gets kind of spaced out from there.
But yeah, I guess you're right. I just feel like you have like a couple shows. You have 4 shows that start this week, and everything else is the following week. But most of everything else ended a week ago or further back at this point. Half a week or further back at this point.
Blame the virus.
Oh, I know, for sure. I'm just saying, there's definitely been a gap, because like most of the shows I've watched have been done for at least a week. And everything I want to watch, I mean, you're talking about the first show I'm, like, even going to give a shot is Saturday.
Yeah.
And then even then, the one I'm really excited, the first one I'm really excited about isn't till Wednesday the following week.
Yeah.
I've got so much time. Yeah, fuck! Naraka, you piece of shit. I hope you don't show up in the next show, because I will murder you.
God, I hope not. If they're fighting Naraku in the next generation,
I will bounce so quickly.
No. I will have to visit Rumiko Takahashi and slap her.
She's already been doing that.
Because Rumiko Takahashi does not end a goddamn show. Like, seriously. She needs to stop. To be fair,
I feel like she ended it forever ago, and then someone was like, hey, we'll give you money if you do more.
No,
she probably was like,
she's got like 15 different series that don't have endings. Ranma does not have an ending. Mansion Ikuku does not have an ending. All these shows don't have, or all these manga don't have ending. They have bullshit endings.
She sounds like
she's
a
doing
proper
her best.
mangaka.
No, she needs to be slapped.
So mean.
Inuyasha is the only one that gets an ending, and it took too long.
I guess she's not going.
And her candy's gone.
I guess she's not going on Jay's Mount Rushmore.
No, she is not.
But we'll find that out next week on the Kuma Cave. So thank you all so much for listening to us. I am Trippy Happs.
I'm the Anime Che.
I'm the Furizzly Bear.
And fuck Rumiko Takahashi.
We'll catch you, irredeemable weebs, the next week.
Love you.
Fuck
Bye.
you, Jay. Bye.